Hey guys, welcome to Becoming Soulful Couple. We are doing a lot of interesting interviews with a lot of well-wishers who want to contribute their ideas and best practices to make couples who are married and who are ambitious very, very successful in terms of money, health, and relationship and happiness as well. As usual, today we have another very interesting friend of mine who is going to share her best practices and her knowledge on how to become a very, very successful couple and successful, ambitious woman, and also a very happy, wealthy, uh, soulful couple. So today I'm going to welcome one of my friend. Her name is Sujaya. Hi, Sujaya. Are you there? Welcome, Sujaya. You can come on screen, Sujaya. Are you there?
Yeah, just clicked and yes, thank you very much. Very good morning.
Hi, Sujaya. Welcome to my show called Becoming Soulful. And start introducing.
Yes, thank you for. Yeah, just a second. I guess I'll bring down this shade.
Yeah, sure.
The blind here.
Yeah, sure. So Sujaya is doing very interesting work with me, which also is related to family. When I say couple, it is not only to man and a woman or husband and wife. It also includes children. And there are a lot of lessons to be learned when it comes to family. And Sujaya is also dealing with one of the crucial area of a family. And welcome, Sujaya. Please start introducing yourself.
Yes, thank you for being with me and thank you for this time that you have given me. Yeah, I am to introduce myself. I am an intuitive parenting coach. That is what I help parents with. So my mission is to help 5,000 parents to connect with their intuition. That also helps to to empower their kids to live their true life. And yeah, I've been doing this since the last my journey started with first blogging, but very recently, since a year, I've been starting. I also have my own coaching and courses and the inner circle community that I'm helping parents with.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a crisp thing about me. Yeah.
So your main focus is parents.
Yes.
Okay. What do you teach them, Sujaya?
Yeah. So the main focus is parents. Let's start with that. I believe each one of us can make the world a better place. And that starts with the way we are raising that little soul who has just come into the house, the physical space. Yes. And when the parent is trying to raise the child, maybe control the child, maybe set the child right, maybe correct the child, whatever it is, I teach them to connect with their intuition because that's where all the power is, that's where all the magic is. So when I help them to connect with their intuition, this journey of whatever I'm helping the parent with also helps them to clear their blockages, mainly the hurts and the emotional baggage that they've been carrying all these years. So it's like we're all good, we're all enough. Another thing that I focus is it's not that you are not enough, you're not doing enough as a parent. It's not that you are already enough, but you just have to clear out those blockages, those negative layers, and then you connect your intuition, and that's where the right answer comes from. Yeah. Okay. That's what I believe in.
Yeah, true, 100% true. So most of the parents are they realizing that they are hurt and most of their actions are stemming from their hurt? Are they accept? In your experience, you can tell me whether the parents are able to accept what you're saying.
Yes, yes, that's a wonderful realization, and for me, it's a kind of fulfillment because fulfillment because we eventually we have to realize what we are carrying inside, and magic. I don't say magically, but maybe practically. That is what I am also seeing that the parents who are coming into my community, they are preferring to start among the courses. They prefer to start with this section of healing because it strikes their mind that yes, I am carrying something. Yes, I am doing this because I've been hurt somewhere down the line. So this is something that I've noticed, that even though I have a journey for them that start with this course, then go to this course, but I see so many, actually everybody who's coming in, they just start with the healing course. So yes, I don't want to anyways stop them from whatever it is, but yes, that is what I've noticed.
So what are the age group of parents you target? Or what is the
They're
age of
mainly
the child?
parents.
What is the age of the child?
Yes,
I
yes.
want the audience to understand who can come to you.
Yeah, right. So the parents are of children whose age is between 0 to mainly 12 years. Yeah.
0 to 12.
So
So
it's like,
parents who
yeah,
are having,
starting from infancy.
what
Yeah,
about the
starting
people
from
who are having
infancy,
older
toddlerhood.
children? People who are having older children.
Okay, so I've also seen that, yes, though I don't have them inside my community, but often people who come into the free webinars that I conduct, they also have teenagers. But this is what I keep telling, and that is what they resonate with. That, see, I'm mainly focused on the principles. There are parenting tips, tricks, techniques to get things done easily, immediate result, get quick result, fix your child, use this, use that. But what I'm focusing on is are not these tips, tricks, but the mainly principles. And when they are actually talking to me, they tell me that yes, whatever you are speaking is not just for this child and this adult, but even for the teenagers or the grown-up child. And another wonderful compliment, and I don't say compliment, but that is what is fact when you work with the roots, the principles. So the parent said it is not just about the relation between child and parent, but even any relation, these principles work. But when I'm giving examples, when I'm giving case studies, I'm talking more about I'm started to talk more about children who fall in this age criteria. But eventually, if you apply these principles to any relation, they will come out to be true, because it's the intuition again. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me quickly brief if my audience are able to understand or not. So Sujaya is dealing with parenting, but before parenting the children, they have to parent themselves. They have to heal their own wounds, because that most of the disciplining or most of the actions that are targeted towards the children are stemming from the parent personality. And if the parents are coming from a family where, or coming from an environment where they have gone through a lot of hurts, then all that of impact will be on the children. So it will be a generation of hurt, and the parents will not realize that. So the first step of parenting starts from healing the parents' wounds. So Sujaya is healing the parents, and most of the parents are willing to do that because that's when they'll become the best parent. And the target audience are the parents who have children aged from 0 to 12.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that. So when you have mentioned that hurting, hurt, so there is this quote, hurt people, and you can have your own learnings from that. So if I just can extend from that, from whatever you have spoken, so it's like this pain that kind of all each of us carry. Before clarifying, yeah, when you have mentioned that also, that we also go through certain experiences. And so again, one most though people can connect that yes, I'm also carrying something inside of me, sometimes it is this ego mind or whatever it is that kind of tell, no, 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 this happens only in abusive childhood or maybe traumatic childhood. No, 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 I don't come in that category. No, 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 I'm not doing that to my child. It is kind of extreme situation that you are talking about. But somehow again, I would want to just bring a little light on this. So this kind of hurting, or the inner child which is hurt, need not happen only when one goes through some kind of abusive childhood or traumatic childhood. I mean, these statements have become very commonly used, even starting from maybe the great grandparents generation, parents generation, and even in this generation, the parents are still doing it to their child. So that is, I'll give you some examples of those statements. Like when we are maybe getting ready for going out, and then the child is taking time to put on the shoelace, and then immediately there is a statement that said, if you do not come right now, if you don't put it fast and come with me in the next 2 minutes, I'm going to lock you up in this, and I just go out. Just very commonly used statements. Or the child is not coming out from the bathroom after the bath. Are you coming out or not? I'm closing the door. Or maybe the child is in the play area, and again, if you don't come back to home in the next 5 minutes, I'm never going to get you back here, or I'll leave you here and I'll go there. Even 1 year olds, 1.5 year olds, 2 year olds are having to face such statements which have become so common that they seem to be normal. But these statements, very commonly used statements, they create trust issues in the child. And that becomes one of the personality traits when the child is an adult. or when the 1 year old or 1.5 year old starts to pick stones, maybe exploring, there is a whole lot of signs that goes actually when the child is doing something. And then there is a statement, again very commonly used: if you don't stop picking up stones, the security person will come and pick you up. Or if you don't fall asleep right now, the monster is going to come and gobble you up. Or if you don't come inside the corridor, right? Again, very commonly used statements. We think that it doesn't matter much. This is what my parents have done to me or the grandparents have done to me. But these statements, they create trust issues in the child. The child doesn't know what does it feel, how does it feel to be accepted by someone, to be trusted by someone, to trust someone. And acceptance and trust is where everything about any relation lies in. I hope you also agree with that, because you are also from the same space. It's all about accepting and trusting, right? Anything that you wish to share in this? Yes.
Then
So
it
these
calls
statements,
for,
they disturb. Yeah.
I understand, but this calls for a lot of training, because the mother might think, or the father might think, or anybody for that matter, they might think I might lose the spontaneity. My God, if I can't say this, if I can't say this, then should I have a lot of script to condition my child or myself? A lot of orientation, a lot of cleaning up has to happen. Whatever you say, even when I hear as a mother, now I have a grown up children, but then every
Yes.
mother has to be every father, mother has to be very, very calculative in what they speak. They cannot be spontaneous in talking to children. Then I'm asking you a question. How do I get trained in so
Yes,
many
yes.
things? Because that's a culture I was brought in. And especially in India, we have been,
Yeah, yeah. Wonderful question. Yeah.
especially in India, we have been brought up in being very, spare the rod, spoil the child. So
Yes,
that is a culture in
exactly.
our country which has been well received, pretty well received, because our country is
Yes.
very well known for discipline, family discipline, schools
Yeah.
discipline, and even when you compare the education system abroad, they all say the basic primary education or the conditioning and the discipline in India is the best thing.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah. So that is where,
where does
yeah.
this school of thought has come?
Yeah. So just yeah, let me just fragment it. The first one was, do they have to go through a scripted procedure, or
Hmm.
doesn't happen spontaneously is one thing. Yeah.
Hmm.
A similar kind of question which I received from one of the parents in my community is, if I'm angry, isn't it natural for the for the child to be a recipient of my anger? Or if I'm carrying disturbed emotions, isn't it natural for him to receive my disturbed emotions? So yeah, I think, is it a scripted approach or is it spontaneous? Is a similar question which I got even from you.
Hmm.
So yeah, let me put it this way. Now what happens is, being through so much of conditioning, and again, it's like our subconscious has been conditioned. Like, okay, if this thing happens, anything that is not as expected happens, then this is the way I can people respond. Maybe the parent responded to this parent who was a child at that point of time. So people respond at this way, and the child does it, or does it in an expected way. So that is what the subconscious has got imprinted with. So now when I am the parent, okay, so when my child is not doing as expected, I react this way, and my child is expected to do whatever is expected, because that was what I've seen when I was a child all through my childhood. So there's the same pattern which I will, by default, it will come by. So when I say by default, again, 95% of people by default they're on autopilot mode. It means we are just acting based on the conditioning that has happened, not whether you truly wanted to do it or not. Okay, let me just go back to basics here. So when the parent is maybe blaming the child or shaming the child, saying she, you shouldn't be crying, or you shouldn't be wasting all the meal, whatever it is, she, shaming or something like that. No parent intentionally or truly wants to hurt their child, either through thoughts or words or actions. But then eventually they just end up doing it. I mean, I really didn't want to do it, is what I hear very commonly from the parents. So that is the catch. So when you catch hold of that I really don't want to yell, but I'm ending up to raise my voice just to get this thing done, just to get my child brush the teeth, just to get my child finish the meal, just to get my child come to the meal table. So I didn't really want to compare my child with that friend to get the homework done, but I just ended up doing it. So that there is the catch. Once we catch hold of it, that what is making you do it, which you do not want to do, you're not happy doing it, you do it, and then you feel bad about it. So that there is a catch. Then the scripted can become your spontaneous, because you've caught hold of what is making you say that, what is making you do that, or what is making you be that with your child. And what is it that is making you do that or say that or be that, which you do not want to do it intentionally, is again the parent's pain body. The pain body is nothing but all the hurts and the emotional baggage that one carries all these years, done by the society as well as even by the self again. So yeah, once you catch hold of, yes, I've done something, but I'm not happy doing it, then why am I doing it? Again, a very important question. Why? So if you want to, if you have chosen to say this to your child, okay, maybe addition, oh, so many times I've told you this is the answer. You're supposed to be doing this way, that way, this way. You still don't do it. Why? Why do you want to say this to your child? Or if you do not want to say that, you don't want to be gentle, then why? Why do you want to be gentle? Why do you not want to raise your voice? Just this is another what do I say? This is another framework which I help parents with. That keep questioning yourself. Are you raising your voice? Ask a why. Are you being gentle? Ask a why. Because to have that long-term vision for your child, okay, what is a vision? I mean, I wish my child be maybe responsible, self-motivated, everything the child has to do on himself, and that is usually the wish for the child, for the parent, right? I should not be pushing him or her. They should be doing everything by themselves. Then start with why. If that is your vision and you have done something, does that support your vision for the child? So eventually yeah, the two answers are, the first answer is catching hold of what is making you do that spontaneously, which we think it is spontaneous, but it is coming from the pain body. We don't want it. We don't like it. We don't want to belong there. We don't want that pain body to belong to us, actually speaking. We just want to get rid of it. That is one thing. The second thing is, keep asking yourself, why do I want to do this? Why do I wish to be this way? Why do I want to stay patient? Why do I want to maybe raise my voice, or however it is that you are dealing with your child, with the child? Yeah.
Got it. So are only mothers trained, or fathers also getting trained?
Oh, that's a beautiful thing that even there are three fathers also in my community. Again, I have still growing community, a small community, but yes, I also, and there was a session where both parents, mother and father, were attending all through that while it was a 2.5 hour or 3 hour. And it seems, it feels good that both the parents are involved in the same thing. Yeah, they are kind of aligned with their thoughts.
Okay, can I ask you one personal question, Sujaya? Why are you doing this? What made you start this? What made you start this?
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, sure. So yes, as with everybody out there, see, there are some things which we experience. So even I have experienced, again coming from again, just like it is not specific to this culture, this society, this country, this state, this family. Nowhere it is like everywhere it is happening. And I wouldn't say, again, if I'm speaking like just another parent, it may not be an abusive or traumatic or something like that, but still there are some statements which remain in the subconscious. And when did I realize that? Let me also share that. So what happens is this: all through my childhood also, I've just kept, just one question kept lingering in my mind, that not just in my I'm usually that kind of person who kind of goes deep into any relationship and this psychology, mind, and all. So whoever is talking, whoever is saying anything, not just in my family but anywhere around also, I used to believe that they're not doing it because they want to do it. They, again, nobody wants to hurt their child, frankly speaking. They just resort to that because they do, again, level of awareness and all. So whoever is saying this, they're not doing it because they really want to do it. They're just ending up doing it. But I didn't know anything about intuition and inner child and anything about it. But yeah, again, all thanks to my spiritual guru, I just had some kind of spiritual practices in place. And in 12th class, the first time I heard of intuition from a maths teacher, actually speaking, in Ramaya Institute. So even then, it didn't hit me much. I mean, intuition, relationship, life. He just spoke about intuition from the perspective in mathematics. All good. I just had that in mind. That's all. And then, yeah, starting from my pregnancy, again, I started talking to parents around that, okay, this is the way you should be conscious. Again, I still didn't know about pain body or inner child or anything of that, but I just started speaking to parents about meditation, how you can keep your mind still and do what you want to do. That was my focus at that point of time. And then when my child was 1 year old, I guess, this inner child hit me. That was when it hit me. Until then, I still didn't know what this inner child was or pain body was and all. So again, it was not a very big thing, but still, as I told you, I keep analyzing all that I do, all that I say, all that I think. I go deep into why I got that thought and all. So I just reacted in a certain way with my child, not physically, just something that I told her, but something I just got reminded that this is not me. That's all. I just imagined myself being saying that, and I understood that this is not me. There is something else that is coming from me. And then again, reading books and all, I still had that habit, reading books, meditation. Then I got introduced to inner child. I went through that, the healing techniques and all. That is when I uncovered all of that. I also did all those the practices or healing techniques, yeah, healing practices. And again, one thing again, which I've done without me knowing is when my child was still in the womb. For both the children, I have two daughters. I have a 7.5-year-old and a 4.5-year-old. So when I was pregnant, all the 9 months, I wrote letters to them every month. And every now and then I used to read those letters even after they were born. And then I was also going through inner child book and the healing techniques and all. So then I interconnected everything, that even in the techniques, there is some kind of writing letters and all of that, not to children, but to your own inner child. But then when I read those letters, it was actually like I was writing it to my inner child. Like whatever I thought was an ideal thing, I just put there. I wish this, I will support you with loving kindness. I will provide whatever I had written again every month. So everything kind of, I mean, it's like all the dots were connecting at that point of time. And then the intuition struck my mind. Okay, so we should not listen to the pain body. Okay, so I should not be acting based on the pain body. So what else? What else is my guiding force? Then that intuition struck my mind. And then I started to figure out that puzzle that, okay, it's about first clearing out the blockages, and then we will connect to our own self, the spirit, soul, intuition, whatever. There are various terms just to confuse people, but just we can just pick one and stay with it. And yeah, again in the coaching or whatever sharing I was doing with the parents, I started to include inner child and all, and I've seen other kind of results or better transformation happening even in the outside community. And yeah, this also led me to become more serious in this journey. And then I started off with my own courses and coaching. Yeah, that was my journey.
Perfect. So the last question to you will be, how are you
Yeah.
able to demonstrate all these learnings into your personal life, in your family life? And since we are talking to all the wives and making all the families a big, very soulful family, how this kind of orientation will
Mhm.
help any family as a whole?
Yeah. So it's like whoever it is, mother or father, whoever is in the community. So I also help them with, again, there are pretty common questions that the other people in the family, they're not aligned with what I think. So how do I deal with that and all? So if can I just understand if that was your question?
The question is, are you able to implement all these in your life? Though you said when you were pregnant, you wrote letters and all those stuff. Now you are bringing up your own
Mhm.
children. Are you able to consciously practice
Okay,
that
for
on your?
myself, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, great. Got your point. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so yes, again, starting from whenever my child was born, I was into this conscious parenting and all. And yeah, after doing this, these techniques and all, so mainly is I have my own daily rituals, and that is what I also help the other parents with. So this is how again we keep getting reminded. One important thing again, where I also practice for myself that helps me to be that true parent for my child is, who are you for the child? So I don't own the child. So I keep so when you are asking about my practices, this is what I'm telling you. So I have to keep reminding myself that I was chosen as a channel by my child to be the parent for her. So I don't own her. she came here for a certain vision, she came here for something, and then she has chosen me as a parent, as a channel. So how can I support her is something that I keep asking myself. And how else am I practicing is the other spiritual practices which I have, like meditation, gratitude writing, affirmations, and again these questions that I keep asking myself, whatever it is that they are doing, and it is not as per our expectation. So how do I want to be with her, or what is, even before reacting, vision statement. So yeah, what is the long-term vision? Immediately getting outcomes, yes, use some timer, use some statements, some nice statements, and then they will listen to you. But is that the long-term goal? Does that give you a long-term positive impact? So yeah, these are some questions that I keep asking myself, and that is how I've been able to help myself to tune in this path. Yeah. And there's a long journey to go. Yeah, at every phase there are more challenges, and every phase it's a learning journey even for me. Yes.
So what is your final advice for my audience? These are the ambitious wife who are trying to make themselves happy, love themselves, love their husband, and love their family. So what is your advice for them?
Yeah, just one thing that I keep telling, and that will also be for your community of whoever is watching this video, is be your true self, and be the true parent for your child, be the true spouse for your the partner, and be your true self. Be your true self, you are no more conquered by your pain body. You will listen to your intuition, you will use your mind as a tool. You are no more conquered by your pain body, by your ego mind, or your ego self, however you wish to call it. But be your true self. Whatever role you are playing, as you have mentioned, you want to be a profession, you want to be a wife, you want to be a parent, you want to be a mother, or you are playing a role of the daughter-in-law, you are playing a role of a daughter. Just be your true self, and however you are as an individual is reflected in each role that you are playing. You need not put up a nice face in this role of a daughter-in-law, and then another kind of face in this role as an employee or a manager or employer or whatever it is, and another kind of nice face when you are the daughter. So nothing like that. Just see who you are, connect with your own true self, and that is reflected in every role that you are playing in this beautiful life. Yes.
Thank you so much, Sujaya. I think all my audience would have benefited a lot of technical words you used. I think we should have one more round of interview for them to understand all these pain body and even the true self. Probably, I don't know whether I know my true self. So these are a lot of things that people have to learn before understanding what we need to first do with ourselves before becoming a parenting. So the most one crucial thing I learned from the entire interaction is everybody has to be prepared nowadays to take up the roles, like how we prepare ourselves in a career, even in our personal lives. We have to be prepared to take up the roles, and we cannot just get married and give birth to children and say, I'm a mother, I'm a father.
Yes,
You
yes.
agree? We have to do a lot of preparation. Yeah.
Yes, yes. It's like the designation does not give you power. You have to give power to the designation, whatever it is. Yeah, if
And
by be the wife or the mother.
mother, yeah. So whatever we thought we can be very spontaneous, those areas also need lot of learning and updating ourselves before taking
Yes.
up the rules. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much, Sujaya, for coming in. Please share your details so that parents of age children having children age group of 0 to 12 can contact you to bring out wonderful children who has wonderful parents who have cleaned up all their past baggages and learn new tools and techniques to bring up their children in this modern world so that they can become very successful in your absence. When you are not there, they might be in a totally different world. When my mom was there was no computer. And when I was going into the workspace, whatever my mom taught was not valid. The basic values were relevant, but whatever even the values, certain things did not suit the corporate world. And
Yes.
whatever I'm teaching my daughters right now might become irrelevant when they go into their working space or when they become parent. So please contact Sujaya for a lot of lessons, which is going to be relevant in the modern world. And I'll share all the contact details of Sujaya in my description box. And if you want to become a super parent, do you have any adjective for this, Sujaya? What parents they will become?
Yeah, it's intuitive parent.
Oh, okay. So if you want to become an intuitive parent, then please contact Sujaya. And we need a lot of people like Sujaya to curate the landscape of parenting and to bring out a lot of wonderful kids in this 21st century. Thank you so much for coming on my show. And you want to say anything finally?
Yes. No, yeah, that's all. Thank you, Vimala, first of all, for this opportunity, and thank you to whoever is watching this video until now. And just one phrase that I want to leave the room with is, this is always a WIP, work in progress project, for which learning is mandatory, learning for your own self. And when the parent is doing it, it's not just the parent who wins, but even the child who wins.
Yeah.
So thank you once again to everybody, and yeah, take care.
And
Bye-bye.
that's the name I have kept, becoming. Becoming is a lifetime process. There's no one time. Life is full of process.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah. So that's all from my end, guys. I'm going to end the meeting, and I'll be coming up with a lot more useful information, which will help all of you to build a happy family, becoming soulful couple, and making use of all our time, money, energy in building wealth, health, and happiness. So stay tuned. I'll come back again with another wonderful person who will share his or her best practices in becoming a soulful couple, and you will take a lot of golden nuggets. See you again. Please like, share, and subscribe, because one family, if you can impact, then our karma is answered. So thank you so much, and I'll be back again next week with another video.